Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to learn how we could add data to the table which we have created in the previous lecture. So the very first thing which we need to do is that we need to make sure that we are using the proper database. So we type in use social DB, which is our database. Now once we have the database changed, we actually need to find out what type of structure our table has. So we have created a table and now we want to check what is the structure of our table. But even before that, let's check what all tables are available in our social DB database. So in order to show the tables, we use a query which is called as show tables. So I'm going to type in show tables, and when I hit enter, as you could see, it shows that table in social DB is a single table, which is people. Now to basically describe or to basically check the structure of this table, we use a query which is called as describe. So I'm going to type in describe. Then after describe, we specify the table name for which we want to check the structure. So I'm going to type in people, and when I hit enter, as you could see, it displayed us the structure of the table people. So we have ID, name, age, and location. So these are the 4 fields inside our people table. Now let's go ahead and learn how to insert data into the people table. So we basically want to fill in the ID, the name, age, location of a person. So this actually happens when we are basically creating a website and we need to capture users data. So we basically create a form, and that form is connected to the database. So whenever the user fills up the sign up form, the data is actually going to get stored in the back end in this database and within this table right here. So now let's go ahead and type in a query to basically add data to this table. So whenever you want to add data to the table, we use a query which is called as insert into. So after typing in insert into, we specify the table name. So in this case, we want to insert into people. So we type insert into people, and then we specify what we want to insert. So we want to insert values, and then after values, we give a parentheses, and within this parentheses, we need to mention the data in a correct order. Like the first value which we mention here is going to get entered into ID, the second value is going to get entered into name, the third one is going to get entered into the age, and so on. So the very first thing which we need to insert is the ID. Now let's say the first person has a ID 1, so I'm going to type in 1, and for the next field we give a comma. And whenever you are actually inserting a character value, you actually need to specify it in quotes. So in quotes, we specify the name of a person as, let's say, John, and after specifying his name, let's specify the age of a person. So after this, give a comma, and then for the age value, let's say his age is 32. So as this is an integer value, you don't actually need to specify it into the quotes. So again, give a comma, and the final location value has to be specified in quotes. So let's say the location is US. And then finally, at the end, simply give a semicolon, and when I hit enter, as you could see, we got the result as query OK and 1 row affected. Now 1 row affected means this data which we have specified here is actually inserted at 1 row in our table. So now in order to check if our data is actually inserted into the table, we type a query which is called as select star from table name. So basically, whenever you want to check what all values are present in a particular table, we type select star from, and then we specify the table name, which is in this case people. So after typing it, I give a semicolon to end the statement, and when I hit enter, as you could see, we got the details of the table and the data which is stored inside the table. So right now we have inserted this data, and this is actually present here. So the ID is 1, name is John, age is 32, and location is US. So that's basically how we could insert values into a table inside a database by using the insert into SQL statement. So that's it for this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we will be basically learning other concepts related to SQL. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.